Bonjour, it's Anne. Today I want to start talking about SEO a little. So what is SEO? It stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it is the art or the science of using keywords that will get your website found on the internet. Okay, so for my Etsy shops, I like to use eRank. And first, let me tell you why I'm going to use something, and I'll actually demonstrate why right away. The thing is that when people start shop on Etsy, they tend to use keywords by guessing. They think, for example, I'll take one example. Imagine you're trying to sell a cactus botanical print, okay? And so you're going to write the title of that listing by saying, okay, it's a green cactus illustration, and maybe it's a small botanical print, and or it could be botanical art, or it could be, I don't know. There are lots of ideas in your head, and you're going to select a few, and that's how you will write your title. And that is what is known as hope marketing, okay? And hope marketing doesn't work, as we all know, because there is a science behind that. And if you want your items to be found, you have to understand that you're going to have to research your keywords. And this takes a lot of time. And it's really necessary to succeeding, okay? On Etsy or anywhere online. So what the tool I'm going to show you today is specifically for Etsy. I use it for Etsy. There are actually two pieces of software which do the same kind of thing, which help you with your research, and they're both you have to pay for both because they have free versions, but they're not worth anything really. And so I use eRank. The other one is called Marmalade. I'm not saying it's not good. It's good also. It's just different. And it's twice the price also. This eRank is, I think, about $9.90 per month. Okay, it's a subscription. But it's really worth it. So let's go back to my cactus example here. And you see here I'm in the keyword tool. And I've typed here cactus illustration, and I'll search for that. So I've already done it, but I'll do it again so that you can see. Okay. And I thought that the results were really interesting. So here we have some average numbers that I'm not going to worry about. What I'm going to scroll down and look for is this, so the actual results. So you can see here that for each combination of keywords, eRank will give you a certain number of data. And I entered cactus illustration, and so it's given me a full list of things that it thinks that could be applicable to this listing. So there are, for me, the three columns I want to look at the moment are these three columns here. You have the first, the Etsy engagement. And so I usually start by sorting my results by Etsy engagement. And so you have to click twice, and you see here now that I have these sorted here by engagement. So what does Etsy engagement mean? It means that when someone enters this in the search bar on Etsy, and they are very likely to click on some of the results. Whereas if I go lower here, if someone enters as a search term cactus painting, then there's a very low chance that they actually click on any of the items that they will see from that search. So it is very important to be efficient, to make sure that the words, that the keywords you're using have high engagement, okay? Because if you're using keywords that have a lot of monthly search but no engagement, this will not work. The second thing is Etsy competition. So let's try and see here what it does. It gives you an average, okay, of the number of listings which are competing for that particular group of keywords. Okay, so anything about 50,000, sorry, is a lot. Okay, and this is a highly saturated market, and you're going to have a hard time competing with them. So it's going to be difficult to be seen. So using words here that are really high competition is not recommended. If you're really sure that there are a lot of searches and a lot of engagement, you might get away with it, but it's going to be difficult to be seen. Okay, so ideally what you want here is a combination of keywords which is both high engagement, low competition, and a significant number of searches. And you see why it requires work, because you're going to have to go and sift through all the combinations here to figure out which one is the best, okay? And which one you are more likely to be able to be seen for. So if I now sort everything by Etsy searches, I can see, for example, an interesting fact which I wouldn't have figured out by myself, and it is here that if you use Cactus Print, you can see that it has about 1,600 monthly searches on average. It has around 30,000 competition, which is a lot less than 50,000, and high engagement, and that's Cactus Print. Okay, if I look a few lines lower here, I can see Cactus Prints with an S, and if you compare the two, you can see that they have about the same competition and engagement, but they have a lot less monthly searches. Okay, so you might think that using singular or plural doesn't really matter, but it does. It does, and this is the example. Okay, sometimes Etsy will show you both, and sometimes not. But if you're looking for an exact match, which means that you want the customers who type this to be led right through to your listing, then you have to pay attention to all these little details. Okay, and so you can see, of course, it's going to be a lot of work to figure out which words are going to work better for you. And I actually write those down, and then I make my selection. Okay, and then I will also look up a lot of different phrases that are not necessarily included in this list. And this is what makes the difference, really, with a shop that succeeds and a shop that doesn't succeed. Okay? So get on with your keyword research, and I'll see you later. Just don't forget to subscribe before you go if you want to know when I post other videos. And you can check also the free trainings by Renee Christine, where she explains how to sell successfully handmade products. So the links should be below this video. See you, bye!